The beatings will continue until morale improves. Okay, so what's the net result of these two? Well, when you've got a good attention, the dog's paying attention to what you're doing so it can learn. When you've got a good attitude, the dog wants to pay attention so it can learn. And it wants to learn the stuff you're doing. So what you're building with these two to combine is create a good work ethic. Now, some dogs are born with a really good work ethic. I've got two of them, Indy and Sally, the black Malinois, and the older female mal-coloured mal. Now, even if your dog hasn't got a really good work ethic, you can build it, and you build it using these two components. And essentially, I could stop this video and that's it, that's the whole fucking thing. But I'm not going to, because one of their puppies, Rosie, who I also kept, had a very shitty work ethic at first, so much so that people told me I shouldn't keep her. And it was a fair enough observation. But I knew that I could create a good work ethic in it. So how do you build on that work ethic? And what's the point? Wow, that circle is really circular. Anyway, what you're trying to do is create an optimist. I hope I spelled that right, but I'm not optimistic that I have. And the way you create an optimistic attitude or mentality in the dog is by, first of all, making the reward very, very random. That way the dog is, it's like the one-armed bandits, like gambling. The dog always thinks that something's good is going to happen. And eventually, if you do that enough, then the dog sees the actual work itself as the intrinsic reward. Now, what a lot of people do is they train their dogs to do what they want them to do. Which is fair enough, it works. You can do that. But what I do is I create a situation which isn't that. I create a situation where we're working as a team. Towards the same goal. Okay? So the way I do that is quite complex. One of the more common comments that I get on my videos is this: the dog is confused. Not being clear enough. Oops. Okay? But that's actually on purpose. I'm doing that on purpose. I'm confusing the dog on purpose. Why? Sounds absolutely stupid, doesn't it? Well, when you get a little puppy, every little puppy, everyone, all of them, is a genius problem solver. Now, the thing is that can cause you major headaches because the dog will problem solve everything, including the things you don't want it to do. So what I want to do is I want to keep that genius problem solving brain all the way through into adulthood. So what I do is I'll set up a situation where I'm giving the dog some clues as to what I want it to do, but I'm not making it really clear. I'm not leading it in little baby steps through the whole exercise, or just the behaviour that we're learning, because I want the dog to think that it's his own idea and that they've worked it out themselves how they're going to get the reward. Because I believe that that makes it stick in their head a lot better, and it also makes them think that we're working towards the same goal, because suddenly your goal, be it healing, jumping, retrieving, whatever, becomes their goal. Okay, so now we're working as a team towards the same goal, which I, in a way, have kind of tricked the dog into thinking that my goal is their goal, and therefore they work harder. Now obviously you need a very, very robust work ethic, okay, because they're going to be set up with failure a lot. They're going to fail a lot. I'm not one of those people who trains with setting a dog up so it can't fail. I think that is, it obviously works for people, but when I used to do it, I found that the dogs really struggled to learn new things, and you had to lead them through everything all the time, and they can get a bit disheartened when they fail. The way I do it creates a robust, optimistic outlook on the work, so they just keep trying harder. If they fuck up, they just try harder to not fuck up the next time. And that means that I can do it this way. So we'll leave this video at that, and I'll see you in the next video.